Hey everyone, I'm Justin Spicer from the Ohio State Legal Services Association, and I'm here with Megan Sullivan, the director of the Low Income Taxpayer Clinic at the Legal Aid Society of Columbus, and Melissa Skilleter, the director of the Low Income Taxpayer Clinic of Southeastern Ohio Legal Services. Today, we're going to be talking about how to protect yourself this filing season by choosing a trustworthy tax preparer and avoiding expensive promises of quick refunds. Melissa, I've been seeing all these advertisements for tax preparers saying they can get me my refund quickly. What's going on there?
Yeah, if you search the internet for tax refund quickly or even just drive down the street, you'll find many sites, many locations promising up to several $1,000s within hours or up to several days of filing your tax return. Sometimes they promise you the entire amount of your refund, and sometimes it's just a portion of it. But while all this sounds like a quick refund, the IRS does not process tax returns that quickly. And so what you're really getting is a loan. Usually these are called refund anticipation loans or a refund anticipation check.
Megan, what is that?
A refund anticipation loan or check is a short-term loan based on your expected refund for that year. The tax preparer uses a lender to give you an advance for the money that you're expecting to receive from your tax refund, minus their tax preparation fees and the fees for the loan. Once the IRS releases your official refund, the money goes straight to the lender to repay the loan, and if there's any money left due to you, they'll issue you a check or deposit of that amount.
Melissa, what are some downsides to that?
While it may look free to you, it's probably not free. As Megan mentioned, they take fees out of your refund and they can charge a large fee. So then you end up with a refund that can be a lot less than what you were actually owed by the IRS. You may not even realize the impact on your refund since the fees can be buried in the fine print and lumped together. Many people don't read all of the documentation that they get along with their tax return. But fees for these loans can be more than 10% of your refund. Lenders can also check your credit, which affects your credit score. Additionally, your refund may be delayed or denied by the IRS, and you may have to, sorry, my phone's ringing. You may have to pay the tax. You may have to pay the tax preparation service a monthly fee until you get that money repaid.
So, Megan, what's the best way to get the refund quickly without being charged all those fees?
The best way to get a refund quickly without paying unnecessary fees is to file your return electronically using a trustworthy tax preparer and to have your refund directly deposited into your bank account. Refunds are usually deposited by the IRS within 10 to 14 days of filing your tax return and sometimes much sooner. There's no fee for that.
And Melissa, are all refunds issued that quickly?
No. By law, the IRS cannot issue refunds that claim the earned income tax credit or the refundable portion of the child tax credit before February 28th this year. Electronically filed returns claiming these credits typically take 21 days to process and the refunds to be issued. Paper filed returns will take an additional 4 weeks or so to process.
So, Megan, are there other things that can delay the processing of a return? Where can I see the status of my refund?
Returns where wages and other information on the return don't match the records that the IRS has received from third parties, such as W-2s, will take longer to process. You can check on the status of your refund by going to irs.gov/where's my refund.
Melissa, Megan said earlier that I should go to a reputable or trustworthy tax preparer. What should I think about when choosing a tax preparer?
When choosing a private preparer, and we'll talk later about the other options, we recommend that you follow these tips. First of all, we think you should use a professional, not your neighbor's sister's cousin or anything like that. Find a tax preparer that this is their job. You can check their preparer's qualifications. You can ask if they have a preparer tax identification number or something we call a P10, and ask about their education and training. Check the preparer's history. You can check the Better Business Bureau at bbb.com to see if they have complaints against them. Watch for language about getting you the biggest refund. Any qualified tax preparer should be able to get you the refund that you're entitled to. Getting you more than the refund that you're supposed to get will lead to the IRS examinations and tax debt. Ask about fees up front and get them in writing. Make sure you're understanding what it is that they're doing. Make sure the preparer can electronically file your return. Do not agree to deals that promise to get you your refund faster. You will pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars sometimes to get that money just a few weeks earlier. Ask around your community if people have had problems with the preparer that you're thinking about using. And then protect yourself. Always get a complete copy of your tax return and make sure that you keep it for your records. Make sure the preparer signed it and included that PTIN that I talked about earlier. Also, avoid any preparer that asks you to sign a blank tax return or asks you or tells you that the refund has to be direct deposited into a bank account under the preparer's control.
And Megan, let's say I can't afford to pay out of pocket for tax preparation. What can I do?
There are several free options for tax preparation for qualifying taxpayers in Central Ohio. You can find a link to the flyer listing these options either in the chat or later on our website. For in-person preparation for households with income at $60,000 or less per year, you can get free tax prep help by scheduling an appointment with Tax Time Central Ohio. They're trained volunteers, and you can get that appointment by calling 211 or using their self-schedule option at liveunitedcentralohio.org/taxtime. Also, on February 25th, Tax Time will be hosting a Super Saturday event at Nationwide Children's Hospital and Isley Wolf Education Center at 575 South 18th Street in Columbus. Just call 211 and choose option 4 to book your Super Saturday appointment, or click on the book now at the webpage I mentioned just before. The event will feature tax preparation, childcare if you schedule that in advance, community booths, and a free legal advice clinic with volunteers from the Legal Aid Society of Columbus. Other options include for households with $65,000 or less in income that have children in the home can find help with Nationwide Children's Hospital at 614-filefree.org. And those are like in-person appointments with, again, trained tax preparers. You can also search for your local tax preparation sites at AARP TaxAid at taxaid.aarpfoundation.org. There you can schedule appointments with a trained volunteer, and they offer in-person, remote, and hybrid appointments. You can also get remote help from a trained volunteer at www.getyourrefund.org. And that service by a virtual tax preparer is available in English and Spanish.
So Melissa, what if I want to prepare my own return? Do I have to pay to do that?
Not necessarily. You can file your own returns for free online using these options: www.liveunitedcentralohio.org/taxtime, www.getyourrefund.org/DIY, www.irs.gov/freefile.
Great. Thanks, Megan and Melissa, and thanks to everyone for watching. As a reminder, this session and all of our other tax chat videos are available on our Facebook page. Join us on Friday, March 3rd, when we return to our series focusing on self-employment. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.